It's a beautiful Saturday morning at Wings of Hope Ranch. I am walking into the barn to meet up with Diane Parkinson, our volunteer of the month, and also our longest serving volunteer. Hello everybody, I am Allison Boyd, one of the co-founders of Wings of Hope Ranch, and this is Diane Pace, our volunteer of the month, and we are featuring Diane because she is our longest serving volunteer. How many years has it been, Diane?
You tell me.
Well, I think it was 2007. So, and this is Aaron. Aaron's joining us.
He's hungry.
Yes, he's all. So, Diane, I think it's been since 2007 that you've been volunteering. What do you remember about those early days? What brought you over? How did you get involved with the ranch?
Cindy Cologne was my neighbor.
Okay.
Which made it easy to just walk through the woods to her house.
Right.
A good friend of you and Jane, and I think it was just you guys talking about it. I've always loved horses and didn't have them as a kid, so the idea of being able to work with them and clean up after them was wonderful.
Yes, I remember those days. We were so blessed. Cindy Cologne, Jane Jensen, and I were the three co-founders, and Cindy offered us to start at her home and use her horses, and yeah, you live next door, and I just remember you walking over and helping with the horses, helping with our first kids that came. I mean, you've really been here since the beginning. So what do you like most about volunteering?
The four-legged creatures,
yes.
And whether it's equine or feline.
Mm-hmm. Roles have you had since you started?
Okay, it was a lot smaller back in the beginning, so we all played a part in each separate role. So I was on the board first for a few years.
You obviously helped feed and take care of the horses the whole time.
I've always been a worker bee. Yeah.
And then you're a barn manager.
I know. Barn manager. I lose that. Yeah. Again, only a handful of people, but yeah. And I think I've just always been mucking and feeding ever since.
You've always loved the horses and the care of the horses.
I'm a good barn maid.
And you've done Saturday mornings and Saturday nights
for a while until I had to
start
going back to work full time.
Right.
And then prior to that, I was during the week. Yeah. But since I had to go back to work. So I guess it's been like,
I feel like you've been doing
years,
Saturdays
like
a decade.
2012 was when
a decade.
Yeah.
So wow, that's why we're featuring you.
Work.
I
know.
It's
good to move. I like the work.
I know, and we love
and
appreciate
mind,
having
body,
you.
Soul. So,
All right, so Diane, through the years, has there been any particular horse or horses? And I know it's a tough question because we've lost some of your favorites.
Yeah. Okay, this is where I should be on a soap opera because I could cry on a dime, but.
That's a great skill.
It's morning. Here we go. But
morning was our first horse.
One. Yeah, she was the first one where I remember riding her, even though she was so old. I remember Cindy and I went on a trail ride. I can't remember where, but I remember like cantering this horse through the forest, and I don't do cantering well at all. And I felt it was just like a high, if I can,
Sure.
It was just such a. It was wonderful. She was, and I was a barn manager at that point. Again, use that term loosely, but I remember when it came to her health, I had to be the one that
made a decision.
Yeah, that was hard. And then of course there was Blossom, who will always have my little.
I know.
Yeah, and then Cinnamon, and then it is like losing a family member. So
I know, for all of us, but especially you because you've been here so long.
I don't know. They are
had relationships with all.
They just bring out love. I can just feel love. Anyway, and I love the minis too.
Yeah. Belle and Wendy.
Yeah.
Well, they love you.
I love them all. I mean, I can't pick a favorite.
Sure.
Yeah, lots of history.
All right, so Diane, I know this is a hard question because it's very personal, but how, if any, have you grown in your faith, or like how do you feel or see God moving here at the ranch?
Yeah. Have you looked at the barn lately? I'm kidding. I feel like I'm still on the baby toddler stage of my faith. I'm not very good at vocalizing it to others. And I am not good with making it a day-to-day thing, but I think about it. And I know I'm surrounded by the most awesome, incredible people. So that in and of itself is always a nice way to walk in, knowing when you're surrounded and safe, and
we have a nice
the umbrella
community.
of the Lord.
That's a great way to say that. A community, a fellowship, an umbrella of the Lord over you. So, well, I just want to take this moment to thank you for all your many years of service, and you know, you are a worker bee and so reliable, and you just love the horses so much, and we just
the people too. But
I
usually
know
it's the horses. Yeah, sorry.
No, that's okay. And I mean, God's put you here to serve, and like we just talked about while the camera was off, that Jesus was a servant leader, and that's what you are. And
I'm silent.
But we love you.
I love you too.
Thank you.
I love Saturday too, especially when you're here.